Hey everybody, TJ here with a new video. This time we're talking about Modern Warfare 2. Oh, sorry, and I am tired. It's like 1 in the morning. Modern Warfare 2 beta. So I played 2 matches of it tonight. On the PS5, I turned 3D audio on. I tried my best to have the best sound settings I could, sound quality, whatever. And the thing I'll say right off the bat is that user interface is probably the worst one I've ever experienced as a blind person. It is absurd, it's convoluted, it's complicated, it's weird, it'll make more sense as I practice with it and play and all that, but like first impressions, not a good UI. Aside from that, the one of the first pop-ups you get is an accessibility menu. Not a lot, considering it's a freaking beta, but it is there. It is a thing. There's an accessibility menu, so that's pretty nice. You can customize your sound profile to fit your headphones, soundbar, TV speakers, whatever. You can alter the hit marker sound effect. You can alter volumes. So there's some depth and settings and stuff, and then your controller and gameplay, you can alter a lot of stuff. Not as much as the full build, I'm sure, but there's a good, healthy amount of options you can mess with. Now, the UI is kind of complicated. Settings, nice that they're there. What about the gameplay? What about actually playing a game? I know I'm not really doing anything in Diablo. I needed a game to start recording. Basically, the sound design is really detailed and really good, especially on PS5 with 3D audio. I don't know how it would sound on a PS4 or anything or like last gen, but I imagine it still sounds pretty good. I imagine. The one thing I'll say is I was right in the fact that the way the sound works, it is incredibly detailed and everything's stupidly loud, but that's also a detriment because then you are discouraged from moving and playing like COD's supposed to be played. So it results in you're moving slow to try and listen for other people's footsteps because nobody has dead silence, but then like I got stuck on a lot more things than I care to admit. Partially because I don't know the maps, but also it's the sound when you're crouch walking. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Like I did not have a good experience in my first 2 games. The sensitivity is also like crazy. Every sensitivity is different between each different COD game, right? But like on a 4 in Modern Warfare 2, I'm like spinning a full 180 in like a microsecond. Like it feels like 6 or 7 in Cold War. That's how fast I was turning. It was weird. I might have to turn that down. Music was alright. I turned it down just to make it easier to play. Like I'll give them credit. Like the sound design is really good. It's just that the way it's handled, I don't know if it's because it's a beta or it'll be finalized in the full build. But it was footsteps were inconsistent. Sometimes it was quiet as hell. Other times you were stomping like a goddamn tree or an elephant with a tree trunk on it. Like you're that heavy. And again, I don't like that because like it doesn't work for COD. And I mean, sure, the whole adapt thing, but that's partially why a lot of OG COD players dropped off MW 2019, dude. Like nobody wanted to deal with that. Like Ninja and Dead Silence have been staples of COD for like literally since COD 4, if I remember right. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they had Dead Silence in COD 4. From COD 4 into Modern Warfare 2019, you had Dead Silence and Ninja in every single game. And then IW is the ones who has to try and reinvent the wheel and remove Dead Silence, and then nobody wants to... And it's not even that, it's also the minimap too. The minimap... The way they designed MW 2019 and 2022 is Camper's Paradise, safe spaces, safe zones. They literally said this in interviews. This is safe zones, safe design, we want noobs and like we want everyone to feel welcome, blah blah, all this marketing talk, which is fine. I get the idea behind it, but then you really alienate those OGs like myself, who we've been playing COD since like 2007. That's what we know. We know COD 4, BO2, BO3, MW2, MW3, BO1, like the golden age. That's what we hope COD goes back to, but they never do. The closest I've experienced, me personally, for golden age COD in the current COD climate has been World War II and Cold War. Those are the two closest examples I could think of that felt the most like Golden Age COD to me, just straight up. And what they're doing with design choices in Modern Warfare 2022, whatever, um, I can learn to live with them and I can adapt to it, sure. And I think the way they handle map design in this game is going to alleviate some of the negativity toward not having dead silence permanent or be a perk because it's a three-lane structure mostly from what I've seen. So that's a lot better than whatever realism they went for with MW 2019 because that again that doesn't work for COD either. It's an arcade shooter. We're not playing Rainbow Six here. We're not playing, you know, Arma. Like we're not like we don't need this realistic 30 angles of bullet penetration you get from like crossing one street. Like that is ridiculous. Like, no. Anyway, what are the positives? Well, the audio's good, and hits seem pretty consistent from what I was able to tell. The negative I don't like about the Modern Warfare games is the time to kill. Time to kill in the Modern Warfare franchise, and Infinity Ward does this, and I think all of their games, but they have absurdly fast time to kills. It's like two shots to the head and you're dropped in like 150 milliseconds, right? A 15, like a tenth of a second, which is fine. People like their quick time to kill, but I don't. I like actually having to focus on aiming and keeping my shots on target and tracking, and like I like that because I feel rewarded for actually being able to aim. Whereas in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 2019 and MW3 actually had a bit of a slower time to kill, but that was trippy. Sorry again. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that the time to kill is really fast, and I may not like it, but I can adapt to it. I can learn to like it eventually. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't get a really. I can't really test all the audio and all the potential accessibility or like any feedback or anything until I get my hands on either private matches or free for all. Because team death. Because the problem is the way the audio works when it comes to teammates and enemies. You can't tell who's who based on footsteps alone. Whereas in like Cold War, World War II, like other games, you could do that because the way they had the footsteps quieter in those games, but tuned in such a way where you could identify friendly steps and enemy steps. So that was a clear indicator. Now you can't do that anymore because you're stomping around like freaking elephants with like just tap dancing shoes. I don't know. And it's like they're just stomping around like you can't tell. There's no sound differential between enemy and friendly. The only time you can tell if it's an enemy if they're shooting at you, and by the time you can react, you're already dropped because time to kill is really too fast. Like they're really fast, and like the way you think about it this way, Modern Warfare in general are all twitch shooters. It's who sees who first, who pulls the trigger first, then that's who wins. The Treyarch titles usually revolve around actual gunfights, strafing, throwing off people's aim, like actual gunfights. And then Sledgehammer, surprisingly, in COD World War II was actually like kind of a hybrid. Like they had gunfights, but you also had a couple instances where you get dropped really quick. It just kind of depended, I guess, on situations and scenarios. And Vanguard, I don't know anything about Vanguard because I didn't bother playing it. So, excuse me again. Sorry. Yeah. So my main criticism so far is the way footsteps are handled. I hope there could be a balancing pass to alleviate some of the footsteps, or like change pitches or tones, or do something. Because as it is, like playing a team-based mode in that game, it seems like more work than it's worth. It like free for all, I'm sure it'll be fine. Of course, it's free for all, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Sorry again. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else right now. It's just the dead silence thing is bugging me. Disbanding lobbies, never like that. Don't understand why they don't. And it's funny because they were spouting all this marketing speak. Oh, bring the Call of Duty community together again. Unify, unify. It's like, okay, unify us by actually letting us make friends again and actually enjoy lobbies again, right? Who here? Raise your hand if you remember Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, MW2, sitting in one lobby all night till the sun came up because you guys were having a damn good time. You guys made some friends, made some enemies. Everybody learned, everybody adapted. Like those were some damn good days for COD. Now you play one match and you'll be lucky if you stay in the same lobby. 9 times out of 10, you're getting disbanded. Oh, well, it was nice playing with you for one game, learning your tactics and maybe making a friend. Nope. Mm-mm. Or not even mentioning the damn trash talk, man. Like, who remembers the good old-fashioned COD 4 MW2 trash talk? Ooh, 1v1 me on Rust, bro. 1v1 me on Rust. Anyway, I don't know, closing initial impressions off 2 games. Sounds good. UI's not so good. I hope to get be able to put more time in and get more feedback across to Infinity Ward, and I hope they actually listen and incorporate something, because right now it's looking like I would enjoy the game. Oh, sorry, that reminds me. The way the perks work, you pick your 2, and then you get a third one and fourth one as like a passive, pretty much like a specialist bonus. You actually are told when you get your third and fourth perk, so that way you actually know what you're using. So that's pretty cool. They'll tell you, let's say I have, say Scavenger. A few minutes into the game, if I get enough score to earn it, it'll say Scavenger ready or whatever, and like you'll actually just have it on. So like that's pretty cool. That's a pretty nice detail. Sorry again, I'm tired. It's like 1 in the morning. Let me think. Anything else I noticed? Objectives don't seem as intuitive as Cold War. Then again, I couldn't really find any objectives to tell you if they are. It looks like up on the D-pad is a ping, so that's pretty cool. That ping came back. I was assuming that's what it is. Left on the D-pad is select fire, so you can swap between auto and semi-auto, depending if your gun allows it, or burst or whatever. I don't know what down and right do. Right, I'm assuming it's kill streaks. And then, this is all D-pad, by the way. And then, sorry. Up on the D-pad, I imagine, if it is really the ping mechanic coming back, I imagine you could ping objectives, you could ping enemies, you could ping weapons on the floor. I imagine you can do all the same ping stuff as Cold War. But, like, in Cold War, one thing I noticed is in Domination, okay, Domination is the only OBG mode we have access to right now in the beta. When you are standing on it capturing it, there's a sound for it. When your friend walks onto the area to capture it, they have a dialogue line for it. Like, you have so many options and ways of finding where the dom points are to cap them. And then in MW 2022, I didn't notice anything. So maybe it's, again, I played 2 games and then started recording. So maybe it's my lack of experience. But I don't know. With any luck and hope, we'll see some improvements. I'm not sure exactly what they could do between now and next Friday as far as like blind accessibility or sound design, whatever. As far as I'm concerned, it's still pretty good. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry again. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Twitch or Twitter or join my Discord server. We have all the social medias. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.